So they will print a lot of money, and throughout history, you own real goods when they print money, whether it's silver or rice, you own real stuff. So yes, I prefer real assets to stocks and bonds anywhere in the world right now.
What's going to happen to oil prices? Russia is very much dependent on oil. You know, the new government that we got, I heard a good comment yesterday. Somebody said, this is $100, this is a government that's worth $100. This is why. So, because they are there until oil is higher than $100. When oil gets below the $100, they lose their job. So what's happening to oil? Why is it keeping? Is it holding the price despite the stagnation of it?
Well, because the world is running out of known reserves of oil now. I mean, whether we like it or not, known reserves are in decline all over the world. There may be a glut of oil at the moment, a small glut, but every country in the world, except Brazil, has less oil this year than last year, and every year we're running out of oil. That's why the oil, and oil is going to go much higher, Al. Unless we discover a lot of oil very quickly in very accessible places, the surprise is going to be how high the price of oil stays and how high it goes. Now, if there's a shock, if Greece goes bankrupt or gets out of the euro or something, oil could go to 80. I mean, you pick the number. Everything will go down for a while. But if that happens there, you buy all you can, because whether it's gold or silver or rice or oil, buy all you can, because then governments are going to print more money.
Mm-hmm. You are quoted as saying that by the end of 2013 there may be a new crisis or a new set of problems for world economy. What do you think may be the trigger for this?
Well, every 4 to 6 years in America we've had a setback. We've had an economic recession or a slowdown.
Pure mathematics.
It's history. It's the way the world works. I would like to say, no, we're never going to have another recession in America as long as the world exists. That's not going to happen. We have an election in 2012. Obama's spending all the money he can, printing all the money he can to get reelected. So there's a lot of good news at the moment. But things are getting worse because the debt is going higher and higher and higher. You can add 4 to 6 is 2013. So we're going to have the problems in 13 and 14. Mm-hmm. The last recession started in 2007. Mm-hmm. 2013 is 6 years. Mm-hmm. Be very careful. The election will be over. The bad news will start coming out. They won't be able to cover it up anymore. And be worried. Be worried.
Who will suffer most? What kind of economies? The emerging economies, the developed economies, the
economies that don't have natural resources.
So Russia will be okay.
Russia will be in better position than the countries Japan. Which don't have. Yeah, than Japan. Belgium will suffer more than Australia. Canada will do better than the U.S. Mm-hmm. Canada has a lot of natural resources. The U.S. doesn't. Mm-hmm. If you find well-managed countries with natural resources, mm-hmm. they will do a lot better than the ones that don't have natural resources. And especially you can find ones that don't have debt. If you find ones that have a lot of money saved up for a rainy day, when the rainy day comes, they'll start spending it.
What classes of people will suffer more? The poor, the rich, the middle class?
Well, when you have economic turmoil, usually the people who lose their jobs, I mean, the poor people or the middle class are the ones who lose their jobs most of all, and so they will suffer the most. In many countries, there are safety nets now to take care of people mm-hmm. who are thrown out of work, but everybody will suffer. I mean, even if you're a rich guy, you're going to have, your business is going to be suffering because everybody else is suffering.
Yeah, and as we know, the rich people are different from the poor. They can afford more debt. And when it goes down, here you are, you're broke. Yeah? Okay, you are also quoted as saying once that, for example, Congo, though it's rich in commodities because the economy is poorly managed, you said that it may have problems. Russia is also rich in commodities, and we Russians at least like to say that we are poor managers of our own commodities. Does it mean, from your point of view, that Russia and Congo are similar?
Well, you said that Russia is badly managed. I didn't say that, but...
If you read Russian, you open any Russian paper, and you know Russians are very critical of their own government. Well, as you are also.
Well, that's good. I mean, people should be critical of a government which deserves criticism. I mean, absolutely. Thank goodness they can do that in Russia. I can remember when you could not criticize your government in this country. So, but the well-managed country countries, and I don't consider the Congo well managed, so I don't think I'm not putting money into the Congo. But if Russia's well managed, you will certainly do. Even if you're not well managed, you're going to do better than others because you have resources. But if your newspapers are right and you're not well managed, you're not going to do as well as maybe Canada.
Well, Mr. Rogers, you're one of the guys that you can talk to for hours, but we're running out of time, and thank you very much for coming. And just a reminder that my guest today was Jim Rogers, investor and insider and author.